Alright, hey, what's up? So I have some Sega Saturn games here that I want to talk about. Um, I really feel like the Sega Saturn and the Dreamcast didn't really have a fighting chance. They came out way too early. I just don't think everybody was ready for the technology, for all the online play, and I feel like that was a really big focal point of those systems. And I remember the first time playing Saturn, I think it was probably the day after, or within the week of when it came out. I went over to a babysitter's house, and her son was playing it, and I had never seen like a 3D platform yet before, and this was before the PlayStation came out, which, well, thinking back, that's really crazy. Actually, the PlayStation didn't even exist yet, but he was playing Bug. That was the first game I played for Saturn, and it was just so wild seeing the depth for the game, and because you could walk in and then left and right and stuff like that, and you'd be back in the screen. So it was just really cool to see. It was my first kind of like, wow, technology is going somewhere with gaming, and I don't know, it was really cool. I mean, as much as my 6-year or 7-year-old brain could realize that, it was really cool. But anyway, the first game I have here is Lunacy. This is a game made by Atlas. It's a point-and-click game, and basically, I know my description of this game is going to really not be that good because I don't want to give too much away. It's 2 discs. Basically, your name's Fred. You're a traveler. You wake up in the city of Mist in a jail cell with a guy named Anthony. And basically, Anthony tells you about this legendary city, the City of Moons, and basically set out to find it. This game has a really great soundtrack. It has a really great ending too, and like I said, it's kind of short. It's only about 5 hours, so it's definitely entertaining. I would say there's kind of a lot of like, oh, you need the gear to do this, go find the gear, and it can be really confusing. So I would suggest getting a complete copy because it comes with the map. If you don't, you can definitely look it up. But anyway, Lunacy, it's a really great game. I don't want to give too much away by talking about it. But anyway, my next one is Albert Odyssey, Legend of Eldian, or whatever. It's a Working Designs games, in case you couldn't already tell, with the beautiful display box art, and I wish people would do this way more often. Basically, you play as the kid in the middle with the sword. His name's Pike. Your parents are killed by this big clan of monsters, and you are rescued and raised by this humanoid type fairy people. And basically, when your adopted sister gets turned into stone by an evil wizard, that's when your adventure begins. You set out to go save her. You have a talking sword. Basically, I guess it would be like your version of Navi or something, your little helper or whatever. I guess I wouldn't really visually know what to compare this. Can't think of something to compare this game to right now. It's turn-based RPG. I guess it kind of plays like Final Fantasy. You have your group with you. You build it up, and it's a really beautiful game, though. I mean, it would be like Final Fantasy 3 on steroids or something, as far as graphic-wise or whatever. Kind of like the enhancement that Mega Man X2 and Mega Man X3 had with that special chip. So, anyway. Beautiful game. The letters in the back are gold foil. I mean, I really wish people would do this more often. But anyway, if you haven't played Lunar or Arc the Lad, it would be like a good introduction. It's definitely nowhere near as good as Lunar or anything, but it would be like a sister game to it. The last one I have that I'm going to talk about, I really wish I had more Sega Saturn games than I already had. There's so many good games, but is Shinobi Legions. Now, this is not only the best Shinobi game in my opinion, but also the best ninja game. This game is so awesome. The gameplay is really great for this. It has really awesome bosses and stuff like that. And my favorite part about this game is the cutscenes. It's live action, Japanese actors, I guess they're Japanese, playing out the story between each stage, and it is so bad it's good. I mean, it's so cool. You didn't even think about it being bad. It's just so neat. And I mean, if you're not gonna buy the game, I really suggest you play it. But it's worth looking up the cutscenes or whatever on YouTube or something. It's a really fun game. Check out the gameplay. You have like your powers that you cast and everything like that. Or I guess it wouldn't be powers. They'd be like spells or something. Whatever ninjas use. But anyway. As well as your sword, and the sword play in this game is really awesome. You can cut people in half and stuff like that. I mean, it's so cool. Anyway, I mean, there's definitely some other games I have that I want to talk about, but those are just ones that I really loved. I will have my games I got and things I got in January coming up, probably around the end of the week, and then the first weekend in February, I'm actually going out of town, and it's probably gonna be my first like production value video. It's gonna be a bunch of random stuff, just me messing around with my friends, just stupidly, but I am definitely gonna go game hunting, and there will be sections of that in there. Hopefully I'll find something cool. I'm going to some really good places that I found some really good stuff at before, so I guess we'll see. Definitely check out these Sega Saturn games. You should be able to find any one of these for in between $30 to $50, and they're definitely worth the purchase.